No one could have ever expected the drastic change, lack of hope, and constant challenges to the Constitution we have seen over the past 3.5 years. Here in South Carolina, we have seen the consequences of the 2008 election firsthand. We have had the NLRB assault free enterprise, the EPA impose onerous job-killing regulations on small businesses, and the federal government break its contract with South Carolina over Yucca Mountain by keeping your money while we keep their nuclear waste. We have seen the United States Attorney General practice selective law enforcement while challenging South Carolina's sound immigration and voter ID laws. And now, we have seen Obamacare upheld as a $1.7 trillion tax increase. I took an oath to defend the Constitution of this state and of the United States. For that reason, I have taken on the NLRB, opposed the EPA, fought for Yucca Mountain, defended our immigration and voter ID laws, and helped lead the 26-state challenge to Obamacare. When the President and the Democrats in Congress presented Obamacare, they said repeatedly that it wasn't a tax. Then, we took this administration to court and challenged the constitutionality of the individual mandate as a gross abuse of federal power. The President and his lawyers then conveniently called it a tax. Why? Because they lacked the political courage to be honest with the American people. In fact, the Supreme Court agreed with us. Chief Justice Roberts went as far as to say that an individual mandate cannot be upheld as an exercise of Congress's power under the Commerce Clause. Unfortunately, the Chief Justice and a narrow majority of the court ultimately ruled the Affordable Care Act could be constitutionally valid as a massive tax increase. President Obama and those in Congress put lipstick on a pig when they passed this law. Now the Supreme Court has taken the lipstick off and called it what it was all along, a massive tax increase. Ronald Reagan said, "Democrats believe if it moves, tax it. If it keeps moving, regulate it. And if it stops moving, subsidize it." Today, this president, Harry Reid, and Nancy Pelosi believe they can tax and regulate everything, even things that don't move but merely breathe. Do not be misled by the title of this law. This is not the Affordable Care Act. It is the Unaffordable Care Tax. Instead of increasing access to quality health care, it raises taxes, reduces the overall quality of care for more than 22 million Americans, and forces more Americans onto government subsidies than ever before. The worst effects of this $1.7 trillion tax increase will be felt by families and small businesses. On average, families will pay $3,300 more in taxes each year on top of the $2,400 increase in annual health insurance premiums. Had it been an up or down vote on a tax increase, this law would have never passed. In 2010, Obamacare cost Nancy Pelosi the Speaker's office. In 2012, we must ensure it costs Barack Obama the Oval Office. Our future and the future of our children depend on it. 4 Supreme Court justices found Obamacare to be invalid in its entirety. Now the American people have the ability to be the decisive 5th vote and invalidate this law at the ballot box. There is a choice. We can either remain citizens under the Constitution of the United States, or we can become subjects of a central united state. Elections have consequences. President Obama's decisions have been tempered by the fact that he wants a second term. Imagine what an unchecked and unaccountable President Obama will be like with 4 more years. We must stand united and work together to ensure that we have a new administration that is not only accountable to the American people, but also to the Constitution. Thank you, and God bless you.